What's going on, guys? Chris Tharp here. It may run out of battery, but this has got to be a long video. So I'm trying to been doing some research, and they said if I did an hour long, well, I guess I need to be talking into this. Yeah. They said if I did an hour long video, it would help me with my subs and with my watch time. So I'm gonna throw out an hour long video. I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet. I do know that this is up close and personal, but I mean, we can talk about like things going on in life. We can talk about what's going on with the shop, what the updates are going to be. I know I gave you a lot of updates about what was going on last time. I gave you a heart to heart, kind of like what's going on, but I haven't told you guys that I'm about to be living at my warehouse. Sold my house, and I'm gonna be living at the warehouse for a while until I kind of get my. I just don't see the point in having an extra expense when you don't need it. So my rent here is, at the moment, is $3,600. At the beginning of the year, it goes up $3,700 if nobody rents the other building. The problem I'm having with this is I need somebody to rent the other building. So I ended up doing some upgrading to my wood table, even though I don't really use my wood table that much. I didn't really like the system that was on it. It had problems with the ongoing software that was on it. Ended up using another software. Love that software. The problem is when I would put code into it and stuff like that, well, the design into it, it would just act funky. So I bought some upgrades on that, on how I wanted to do the new table. So I bought some stuff I showed you on the last video about how I upgraded my not the motors, but the operating system, the computer for it. Or not operating system, but the computer, the box, control box for it. And I had upgraded the power supply, got a probe, like a 0 probe, so like it knows exactly where it's going, where it starts, And so did some research, trying to figure out how I could wire up my current stuff into that new control box. It was a little more, not difficult, but a little more pain in the ass than it was going to need to be. So I was like, screw it. I just upgraded the motors on it, upgraded the stepping motors, upgraded the spindle on it, or the router, upgraded the limit switches, everything. So basically everything out there is new except for the table itself, and I need to wire all that in. I would talk about it today, but guys, I traveled all weekend, and then yesterday I had to get on a plane at like 4 o'clock. Well, 5 o'clock. Fly into Atlanta, sit for 2 hours, then fly home to Jacksonville. But home is not Jacksonville. Jacksonville is 2.5 hours away from where I live. So I didn't get home till 3:50 in the morning. So this little boy is, I guess I'm not little, 6'3", 260 pounds is not little. So what I'm gonna do is clip this to my hat, and we're gonna do a little talking. So I got home 3:52, then I slept on and off with my son. And it was funny because he woke me up saying he wanted to go downstairs and start the day, and then he fell asleep. So I know I look kind of rough. I haven't shaved. I haven't done jack. But we'll walk around in a minute and kind of go through everything that is getting upgraded and everything. I am so tired. I've drank energy drink. I've drank water. I don't know. I got a massive, well, I got a frontal lobe headache. I think that's what it's called. Whatever. I think it's just stress, being tired. So I'm gonna sell my house to give me a little leeway on living, but I gotta get shit going. I really do. I've been kind of just lacking, and I kind of lost my whole ambition on where I was going with this. It's my fault. My mic just died. I don't even know if it was recording the mic. We'll deal with it later. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah. So somebody on here just said record. You just record and we'll watch. So I will. I was trying to do it on this camera so I can walk around. Right now, I went in there, and for some reason I had 128 gigs of, like, the SD card was completely full, 128 gig card of files, and I couldn't figure out why. I guess my son had taken a 360 camera and just walking around with a selfie stick recording random clips and used up over 120 gigs of clips, 4K. So, with that being said, I trying to transfer it all over to a hard drive so we can go selfie stick mode here in a minute. I just don't feel like carrying around my R5 right now with a lens on it. It's not the lightest of things. So, with that being said, I'm trying to come up with a recording schedule. I'm thinking record an hour a day of everything that's going on in here, and then on the weekends kind of edit and post all throughout the different platforms. I'm gonna start recording with my son. He's usually here 4 to 5 hours a day. This week he's with me all week, unless his grandma ends up taking him like she said she would, which I think she will. She always does, unless she doesn't feel well. God. Another thing I did is I started working out today. For you people that don't know me, most of you don't know me. Like, know me. I love working out. Sorry, I am trying to wake up. Alexa, turn on 2. Actually, probably won't.
Okay. By the way, I can automatically turn on the lights every day at sunset. Would you like me to set up a routine to do this?
No. Alexa, turn on 2.
Okay.
Yeah, my son's been playing with my plugs. So yeah. So I used to be really big into fitness, and I was gonna get my certification to be a trainer. And let me push this back some. And so basically, I have quite a bit of knowledge when it comes to this game, when it comes to fitness and nutrition and everything else. You gotta watch what you listen to nowadays, because most people that talk fitness are full of shit and they don't know what they're talking about, and they'll tell you that, you know, eating dog shit will make you stronger, and people believe it because of what they look like. Most of these people that are influenced are just like, especially males, they're strung out on fucking steroids. And I have nothing against steroids. I do steroids. Like, I've done them plenty. Matter of fact, I'm on a testosterone right now. I'm not on a heavy dose. I haven't even been working out. And another thing people need to understand. I'm hearing things now, guys. Hearing things. Another thing people need to understand about fitness is, with steroids, is steroids do you no good if you don't use them correctly. Like, I haven't worked out in a month and a half, 2 months, and I've been on a testosterone. I've gotten bigger, but I haven't gotten stronger. It actually hurts you more than it does being off steroids if you're using steroids and not doing anything with them. If you're still eating like a fat ass, you're still not working out, you're still not sleeping correctly, you're still not stretching, it's going to hurt you. We won't get on that subject. I have a whole nother channel for that to get on that subject. So if you guys want to hear stuff like that, let me know. It's a motivational and fitness channel. I haven't brought it back because there was a lot of drama because of that channel. I'm actually thinking about deleting most of my videos and just starting over, because there was a lot of drama with that channel with my family, and because of it I lost most of my family, because people can't take criticism. So and they think when you criticize them on YouTube, the whole world sees it. The whole world, like everybody sees YouTube, even though you only have 200 subscribers and you get like 120 views. Yeah, everybody. And most subscribers are from foreign countries that know nothing, and they don't know the person. So I'm not going to get onto that. I just don't understand. I don't care if people put me on blast. If I have fucked up in my life, I've fucked up in my life. I mean, I'm not a great human all the time. I try to be, but yeah, I'm not. But I'm a very loving human. I'm very kind. I'm very gentle-hearted when I need to be. I'm not an asshole, raging asshole. Like, it's another thing about steroids is people think, oh, you get so mean and mad and angry. No, that's what happens when you're on testosterone and you don't stay on top of your shot, and your estrogen drops, and your testosterone drop, your testosterone drops. Then what happens is when your testosterone is too low, that's when you flip out. People don't realize this, but I know this is not a channel about testosterone and fitness and stuff like that, so I won't talk about it. But guys, what I'm thinking I want to do on here is record once a week or once a day. I want to go over different things, from 3D printing to metal fabrication to Fusion 360, and I kind of just want to record the journey, because really and honestly, I'm a beginner at all this. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a novice, because I'm not completely new at this. Like, I know how to run my metal table. I know how to somewhat run my wood table. It's basically the same as the plasma cutter. 3D printers, I've got them down pretty well, but there's a lot of stuff I need to learn. And I thought about, having a day or having shorts where I come on here. Okay, so today we're talking about heat creep, and we talk about it together. Like, I'm not gonna be an expert. I'm not an expert, but I want to do wild and crazy shit. I don't want to be a tutorial guy. I don't want to be a teacher. I just want to take people on my journey. So if I'm learning about heat creep, I gotta understand the things, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to get in here and I want to record, and I really want to build this YouTube. Like, I really want to build the brand Wild and Crazy Productions. I'm trying to come up with another one called Wild and Crazy Wraps, where I do like my tumblers, and I'm gonna do vinyl car wraps, and I'm gonna do hydrographic dipping, all that stuff. I would do it on here, which I thought about doing. I thought about just doing it all in here, because people would come and they would be like, oh, it's Chris Tharp, not Wild and Crazy Productions. Now, my only problem is Wild and Crazy Productions is under Chris Tharp, but there's an actual Chris Tharp channel. So I want to make sure that it's being used the correct way and people come for the correct purpose. They're not just coming and being like, oh, well, he's teaching all kinds of stuff. And hold on. I don't know. So sorry, it was an important text. But so I don't want to have 7 different channels, but I also don't want to overwhelm this channel. I also don't want to, so I want to be focused around me, but I want to build this brand. I made a cup with my logo on it. I got another cup over there. I got a cup over there. They all got my logo on it. And I really like the whole graffiti thing, because it's like, if you're old as me, I'll be 39 next month. If you're as old as me, then you remember the show Wild and Out. Well, not Wild and Out, sorry. Wild and Crazy Kids. So it's kind of like that in Double Dare. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it was all vibrant, bright colors, and I kind of like the idea of it. The reason I want to do Wild and Crazy Wraps is really, honestly, I want to do another color. Kind of the same theme. But I'm not going to get into wrapping cars for a while. Not until I understand everything else. My friend Mason's been helping me, as I've said in videos before. So once I can get him understanding all this and getting to understand that. Because my big thing is I want to learn laser engraving. I really want to learn all that. I want to get into it. Because I want to get back into the Nerf side of things. I want to start doing Nerf modifications. But that's on Alpha Blasters. And so to ease it all out, I'm on well, why don't I just do it all under one channel? I could 3D print guns on here, and then I could build them. But I could also do 3D printing guns on here, and then take them over to Alpha Blasters. So I don't want to do too many channels in the beginning. I really kind of want to grow this. If it gets big, then go to another channel maybe. But Wild and Crazy Productions could be so many different things, and that's why I did productions instead of printing, because it could be laser engraving, it could be Nerf building, it could be metal cutting, it could be metal milling, it could be wood cutting, it could be the wraps of the cups if I want. I could do 3D printing, I could do, but the thing is I also wanted like RC cars, and I want to do, you know, just all kinds of crazy shit where we're just kind of Wild and Crazy Productions. Like, there's a company I watch called Grindhard Plumbing. They don't do plumbing. I don't think I've ever seen them do plumbing. But they, like, I want to build up RC cars and make them kind of crazy. Like the rideable RC cars, like I want to 3D print them and jack them up 20 feet in the air, or, you know, 10 feet in the air, or 3 feet in the air, and give Remington, my son, I want to give him a fucking adventurous life. But problem is, I like the channel Alpha Blasters. I really do, for the mere purpose of it being all about Nerf. So how I want to, you'll tell that, woo, like I'm raving, bitches. Plus I kind of want to make that like a kid-friendly channel, and then I also kind of want to record Remington, because Remington's, I know guys, I understand. People always like, oh, you're gonna be so biased of your child. And I'm very biased of my child, but at the same time, I'll tell you if he sucks at something. It's just how I am. But he's got something about him. Like, I've never seen it in any child. I don't even think I was as intricate and intriguing and smart as he was as a child. Like, he's very quick to pick up stuff. And I am too. I'm very quick to pick up stuff. Like, my family brought home a computer when I was 12 years old. And this is back when Windows, it wasn't in Windows 95. It was like 3.1 NT. Somewhere around there. And I was 12 years old. It was before Windows 98, I know that. But it wasn't 95. It was DOS commands. And I remember getting in and I just started typing up stuff. And it all worked. And my dad was like, wow. So my dad's always been like, you're really smart when it comes to computers. So like, there's the one thing my dad gave me was the electronic side of things I was really good at, right? So I'm quick to pick up things. Like, I picked up 3D printing, no problem. I mean, obviously it's not that hard. I mean, it really isn't. I think anybody can pick it up as long as you study it right, you know. Guys, I might run out of battery. If I do, I will start over with a new battery and keep going where I was. I'm also hoping that this video of 128 gigs of video will freaking hurry up, because I started like 45 minutes ago and it's at 50% complete. So I would like to use a selfie stick with this camera. Well, you know what I mean. And go around showing you guys so I don't have to haul around this big old camera. I don't mind hauling around this big old camera, but it's hard. I'd rather put it on like a gimbal instead of a tripod, like the Joby tripods. I have a smaller camera. I have an RP. It just doesn't shoot as well as R5, obviously, but it does have a 15 to 30. I will take my 15 to 35, so my 15 to 35 will look really good on it. So, but back to my son. My son just picks up things very fast. Like, he can drive RC cars better than me. He's really good at shooting Nerf guns. I mean, he's 4. Like, he's not some little, I mean, he's been shooting Nerf guns since he was, we got him his first Nerf gun when he was 3. I got all my Nerf guns for us to play. I think it was last July. I want to say I started getting into the Nerf gun buying. And then I got into the modified side of things like August, September, and that's when I got back into 3D printing. So like, my 3D printing background is like, I had a 3D printer back in 2015, whenever 3D printing just came out. It wasn't a big thing yet, but I had a 3D printer. It was a Core XY, and it was actually a really good 3D printer. It did a really good job, but I didn't research it enough to know anything. So when it broke and the nozzle jammed, I was like, okay, I'm out, throw it away. So it sat in my room for like 3 years, and then I finally chunked it in the trash when we moved. Well, actually, I probably had it for like 4 or 5 years. So, but yeah. So like, weird background. So I really want to do Wild and Crazy Productions. I really want to do, and I'm thinking what we could do for the 3D printing part of Wild and Crazy Productions and doing crazy things, we can do Nerf stuff. But I think the main Nerf channel, like where we're doing like testing and shit like that, I want to do it on Alpha Blasters, because I kind of wanted to be like a kid-friendly channel, and me and my son do it, and I can follow him around. I may not. I don't know yet. I may do his own channel. I may use Wild and Crazy Productions, because then we can do RC cars, we can do everything. But I kind of want the Alpha Blasters to be its own thing, because it's straight Nerf, you know. And we could do other stuff like airsoft if we want, or gel blasters, or, you know, they're blasters, they're not productions, you know what I'm saying? So I thought about doing that. I thought about just taking everything 3D printing and do on the Nerf stuff, and then, you know, everything else in here, do my own modifications and stuff. I thought about, you know, I have this 7-foot 3D printer, that Modix 180X. If you guys want to look it up, it's a Modix, M-O-D-I-X 180X. Modix, thank you for everything you've done. They're actually sending me new brackets for something I couldn't find. I looked high and low for them, could not find these brackets, so they're sending them to me. Thank God. So I can finish off my big printer. I've had it for close to 6 months, and I haven't finished it. Guys, do me a favor. Do me a favor. You're not trying to take on 30 things at one time. As one person, it just doesn't work. And if you do, learn how to focus on one thing, finish it, and move on to the next. Because don't be like me. This is the reason I'm in kind of a pickle right now, because I'm in a lot of things. I have a lot of toys. I have a lot of things to learn. Now, I did have a business partner, and I didn't chase him off. We kind of chased each other off. He won't admit to that, but kind of chased each other off. And I've learned from that mistake, you know. But same time, I think, you know, and I don't know how many of you people are religious, but I really feel like God has his purpose, his plan. And I really feel like that purpose and the plan were something different than what I'm going through right now, because I'd got to a point with him that there was so much tension in my shoulders when he would be around that I would feel sick. So, yeah, it was probably best I moved on, right? And like I said, nothing against him. He's a great human. Great friend. Our friendship also suffered during this. And like I said, I will take 65% of the blame, because towards the end I was kind of rude, and I'm not gonna lie, but it's because my mind was somewhere else and I was going through a whole bunch of other stuff, and I kind of took it out on him because I didn't see a whole bunch of other problems. But I'm not gonna get into depth of that. I'll just admit that we had our issues and we went our own way, and like I said, great person. I have nothing bad to say about him. He's a hell of a worker. Like, man will work his ass off, and I give it to him. Like, he's a great human, great father, great person. Just we had our differences, and like I said, I'll take most of the blame on that one. I mean, fuck it. I'll just take all the blame. You know what? I am an entrepreneur. I own a business. I will take all the blame. Like, I will. Because in business, everything is your fault. It truly is. Everything is your fault. No matter how you look at it, it is your fault. So, with that being said, screw blaming my other 35% on him, because it wasn't. It was all me. You know, and when you start to learn and you start to grow and realize that everything is your fault, which I've always realized everything was my fault. I don't know why this is any different, but really, in all honesty, guys, it's my fault. But it's okay. We're going to grow from it. We're going to learn from it. We're going to move on from it. And so, guys, I just want you to know that I appreciate everybody that watches this. I appreciate everybody that does stuff for me. I appreciate everybody that, you know, gives me insight. Nicole, thank you so much for all the insight you've given me. It really means a lot to me. It really helps a lot. Because the truth of the matter is, I wouldn't make it. Half the stuff I wouldn't know, because without you, Nicole. So, if you guys, obviously you're probably wondering who the hell I'm talking about, Nicole Balian, or I don't even know if I said that right. I don't think I've ever asked you how to pronounce your last name. Yeah, don't know. So, with that being said, what's funny is she's like one of my best friends, and I probably just butchered her last name. Probably. I don't know. I'm so tired. I apologize if I did. But she is one of my best friends. She is so smart, so driven. And if you want to, guys, like I said, her last name is Balian. She is very, very smart when it comes to 3D printing. She's a whiz, and she does some amazing things. So go check her out. Nicole, Nicole. I think it's Balian. I'm trying to remember. She hasn't told me her last name in probably 8 months. So, yeah, Balian. So, I mean, everybody would butcher my last name if I didn't say it every time I talked. I've been called Tharpy, Tharpe, Tarp, like all kinds of different names. I'm like, no, Tharp. It's T-H-A-R-P-E, Tharp. So, yeah, check her out. You guys also want to know like 3D printing, go check out Uncle Jesse. And then you have obviously 3D printing nerd. Another person I watch is Nero 3D, 3D printing general. God, I'm trying to think. I am so tired. Yeah, go check them all out. They all know what they're talking about. But yeah, so I got 26 minutes recorded. I got another freaking 40 minutes to go. Yeah, I gotta go for like an hour and 5 minutes. So that being said, think of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut off here for a second, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go grab myself some dinner, and then hopefully by then that will be loaded, and I can record another 30 minutes talking about stuff in here instead of me grabbing stuff. So I'm gonna try to charge up a battery so I get an extra 30 minutes. I don't know if this, actually I don't think the battery's going dead. Maybe the card will be going dead. I'm not sure. I don't know. When I started this, it said 29 minutes. So maybe that's just the 29 minutes. It needs to cool down because it's an R5. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off here for a minute, guys. I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna go grab some dinner. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Hopefully by then I'll have all this ready to go, which you guys have already seen most of this, but I'll talk about the new stuff I'll be working on, the new recording schedule, everything. Like I said, I got to put out an hour-long video, and yeah, so if it's just me talking, then sorry guys, hope you don't get bored, but I love you guys. Alright guys, so we're going to start going around, going through things that I got coming up, and kind of show you what everything's going on. Like I said, I just got to come up with an hour-long video to help out with subscribers and views. So, let me just turn this light on. I'm not going to worry about the other one. So right now, do not judge. Actually, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Go ahead and get this light on. My son likes to mess with all my stuff. So, yeah, needless to say. Ta-da. Alright. So, let me flip this around and show you guys. I was kind of in a rush. I had to leave Thursday night, like around like 11 o'clock at night, and get to Jacksonville to hit a flight. So I kind of left this place a mess. I will clean up, but just don't judge me for now. Okay? Okay. Alright. So, see, couch. See. So this is where I'm sleeping now. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Hard times, right? LEDs all right here. I'm going to do that, but let me show you something, guys. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to run the LEDs all up under here. Like, all up, like, under here. And then like behind everything, kind of behind everything. And then I thought about running them at the top up there. But what I may also do is what I was going to do at my old studio is I have these 3D panels and running the light behind the 3D panels so it shine out and make it look like the wall shining. Another thing I want to do is if I do underwise, I have, because I have a lot of LEDs. Like I don't have just like a little bit. I have a whole lot. So what happened is, as you see over here, a whole bunch of filament fell and it broke. The rack broke. So if you can see right there, like right here, the rack broke. So yeah, I got to rebuild that. I'm actually painting that right now. I printed out the pieces. I printed them in PETG this time because when I printed them in a PLA both times, that rack, all right there, you see that there? I ended up building this because I had them sitting on top. But actually, for a while there, I had them down on the bottom and had them running up. But the problem is there was an inefficiency to it, and it was a problem. So I ended up trying to mess with it a little bit more, and I ended up screwing it up, and the whole damn rack just fell. All the filament fell. It was lovely, let me tell you. So I rebuilt this rack right here for the AMSs, and then I rebuilt all that over there. So I got to do the same thing over there, and I'm gonna build some more. Hold on. I am so tired. I feel weak. I haven't eaten like 6 hours either. So I'm gonna build another filament rack up there because I have all this extra filament over here. I have all this ASA. That is carbon fiber. That is CPE. I think it's CPE. Maybe that's CPE. I can't remember. But and then I have another thing of carbon fiber. That's a 5-pound spool. I have more carbon fiber PLA right here. And then back there I have nothing but ABS. So I also have to put this new tool head into my Race 3D. I also need to start messing with this. It's a full-size heat press, 16 by 20. I'm going to start trying to do t-shirts. It's not something I'm really like on right now though. But yeah, another thing I'm working on right now, guys, in my personal life is I did this thing a couple years ago called the Undisputed 75. It was a little hard for 75 days. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna start out this time with 30 days. I'll go over the rules and everything. I might do this on my other channel. I don't know yet. I still don't know how I want to do this yet, but what we're gonna do, we'll figure it out. So right now, here is the Modix 180X or Modix. I don't exactly know how you say it. I've never heard anybody say it correctly and be like, nope, that's what it is. I've always heard Modix. So here's the Modix 180X. I have 2 drag chains. I have the electronic components. I still have to put those in. So right now, everything's ready for that. I have to do the electronic components, run them through the drag chain. I got to hook those up onto the bottom down there. So there, and there. Okay. These are all the pieces that go in for the top assemblies and everything else, guys. If you've never seen a Modix 180X, go look it up. But here's all my parts. I'm missing some brackets for the drag chain assembly for the, where is it at? For the IDEX. Where the IDEX is. So the IDEX stuff is right here and over here under all this crap. But basically an IDEX, if you don't know what IDEX is, it's an independent dual extruder. And so basically what happens is you hook another like thing right here, and then they work separately of each other. So this will come off. I'll rehook these up, and then basically from there we'll have you'll have 2 different things of these, but they'll be like almost like this in half. And so you'll have 2 of them, they work separately of each other. So you got that. Yes, I was married. Well, technically still married. So yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, that was my wedding day. Long story, part of the personal problems right now, just going through that. This is just a bunch of crap that needs to be cleaned up. This is a bunch of crap that I cleaned out of a toolbox. Those are part of the assembly here. As you see right here, I have hard drives right there that are running to all this. You have 5 TVs. You got 3D scanner. I'm starting to get into 3D scanning a little bit more. We're going to start printing some big stuff on here like rideable RC cars. All the resin machines. So let's walk over there. All the resin machines right here. So you have the Anycubic D2. You have the Anycubic M3 Premium, Anycubic M3 Maxes. You have the Elegoo Jupiters, Anycubic wash station. And then you have, you always need air purifiers when you're running resin, but this is going to go outside after a while. All these boxes down here are cups and tumblers and stuff like that. That is for the dehumidifier right there. so I can run all this filament here and it doesn't get all wet and like dried, moistured. These are all Vorons, guys. There's a whole story to these. I don't even want to get into right now. We'll just say I'm still a beginner, and there's things about those that I haven't been able to figure them out, and I haven't been able to sit down and figure them out because I'm one human, and I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm a total screw up sometimes. I really am. I'm gonna be vulnerable and tell you guys I'm technically a huge screw up sometimes. So I'd like to take on a whole lot of things at once, and sometimes I just don't do it correctly on, like, instead of like focusing on that one thing and just knocking it out and being done, I always try to take on 2 other things at one time. So we'll talk about, I'm going to try to install light right here, because you see over here it gets kind of dim, and so like this table, I thought about running like a bracket above here and having light over this table. I don't know yet. I don't know how I want to do it yet. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it yet, but that's the thing. So I told you guys earlier in the video that I did not like the control box and stuff. So this control box, these are the motors. There's nothing wrong with this company. I'm not going to say don't get their stuff, because I'm not a big fan of it. That's just all it was. From the beginning, I had problems with running Gerbil on here, and then we had to run another operating system or software system, and it's by this company right here called OpenBuilds. And so what I did, instead of keep dealing with their stuff and trying to, what happened is I bought this black box controller right here. That is going to be the replacement for this. Okay. The problem is, if you want to use your existing motors, you have to open these up and go into and find their coils and test them and make sure they're hot and stuff when you hook them up to that box. To rewire them, all that good stuff. I'm not trying to go through all that. I'll just sell all the crap here if I need to, or build another table. But you have all new motors, box, interface controller, probe set, power supply, and then right here is a new one of those, a new router. Then you have all the cabling and stuff, all the limit switches, all the adapter for the spindle in there for the router. So guys, if there's any reason anybody wants to build a CNC, these are all wired for a long table, but if you want to and you feel comfortable enough, I'm going to be selling that, and maybe even the limit switches. Probably all this whole system. So like this limit switch, the limit switch down there, all this wiring, control box, because I'm going to have all this new on here. And yeah, so if anybody wants to build a CNC, let me know. I will definitely. This is for my laser engraver. This is for tumbling, for doing tumblers, engraving tumblers. I'm trying to start my Nerf channel like I talked about, but I do want to get some more lights in here at some point. I don't feel like it's efficient enough. Like I feel like it could be brighter in here. Let me turn this on, guys, and show you kind of what this looks like. So I got to peel the plastic off. We'll do like a short of that. But yeah, see, there's my laser engraver. So I got this big old bed for the laser engraver. It's an amazing machine. But of course, like always, I find 9,000 other things to do that need to be done before I start messing with the shit that I need to do. This right here is probably going to be one of the main things I do this week. Okay? I was messing with metal for a while, trying to get the metal done, trying to figure out why it was doing this crap right here, where it was overcutting, leading out too much. See right there. Another thing is I have a huge pit bull under here. It's supposed to be being bought, but the person hasn't came and bought it yet. Table, got new metal in here, got all that, got it off the floor, got the other piece back there, got the aluminum back there, got all my scrap back there, got the new grill. So I learned with the new grill, I forgot the griddles. You absolutely have to clean them before you use them, and you need to season them. I forgot to do both of that. So I bought like $40 of meat, and it tasted like complete ass. Nerf stuff over here, guys. So basically what we can do is talk about Nerf stuff. This is for the Alpha Boss channel. As you see, I got a butt ton of darts here, short darts. There's balls there. There's all kinds of these balls here, but in there they're red and yellow. There's probably like 6,000 of them in there. I got a whole nother tub of them right here. There's probably another 4,000 in there. Those are all magazines that go to the big blue guns over there. And some of these guns will match. So I'm probably going to take a couple out of there, put them in another container, and move that big container because there's a lot of room. Some of this other stuff's going to go too. These are magazines for dart zone guns. These are magazines for Nerf guns. Those are all attachments. No, those are darts. And yeah, those are all darts. More darts down there. My son is learning to ride without a training wheel, so this is my attempt at a hydro dipping thing. But I ended up actually getting an actual tank. So those are going to be for sale soon. Workout area. I have a huge weight machine. A huge weight machine that's coming. We got to get it from my house, and that's the problem is it is huge. So I don't know how the world we're going to get it here. I can't do it by myself. I can tell you that right now. So that is a thing. If you guys don't know, I don't know if I talked about this or not. So you got this huge golf net here, golf clubs. Hook it up to that thing right there in the middle. It goes like this and kind of curves back. That is a golf simulator. It goes to that. Hook a computer up to it, and then you literally put the net here, put the golf mat that's laying down right there here, and you play a round of golf. I love golf. I just haven't played like I usually do. I haven't played in over a year. I used to play 3 days a week, but I don't. I'm trying to run a business. You can't really just do that. Guys, I'm sorry I'm not as high energy as I usually am. I'm just whipped. Like, I'm just wiped out. Like you come in here and there's just so much clutter going on. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like distracting. Like even this, like, okay, so this will all be cleaned up soon. Obviously, this is for my cameras and stuff. They'll be put back there. I took them with me a couple weeks ago and I haven't really, I got to recharge them. These are just little fidget toys. These cups got to be done and they'll be out of the way. I got to learn to run the laser machine. I have all those prints right there that need to go on cups. These don't really bother me, but right here, all this bothers me. So yeah, it's a little different. I got like down here in this area right here. These are all like just extra tumblers of those up there. The 40-ounce tumblers, I have like one of extra each. I think I'm going to put them in these containers here. I don't know yet. Those are more cups. Those are 3D prints and stuff. Those are empty boxes, or actually, no, they're more of those. So these are sublimation ones, which are like these. And sublimation means you can take stuff like this and put it on the cup. You can heat press it on the cup. Boom. There you go. But yeah, so I gotta get these 3D printers all cleaned up. If you see, like, they're dirty from running all those penises that I printed. I don't know if you guys saw the penises I printed on my TikTok, but all these were printed. This machine needs to be fixed. Bamboo, that's been down for 7 months. We got to figure it out. And then this machine too, it needs to be figured out. Does it look like he messed with it? I don't know. But so I have a world of crap just going on, guys. Another thing I have is the CD3. I have the CR30s. These are milling printers, guys. If you don't know those dudes, they will print like as far as you want them to, as long as you want them to, or you mount them on like a wall and they'll continuously keep that, the belt will continue to run. And so, like, if you print something that comes off, it just keeps, like, so it'll just keep, like, say I wanted to print 1,000 of these, okay? I could hook it up where that will continuously run, and it'll continuously just keep printing that over and over and over and over until I decide it's time to stop. So let's say I have a manufacturing thing where I build like a special part, and that's what I want to do. I got a phone call, guys. I will hit you right back. I was back at it. Sorry, I had a phone call. Very important phone call. Look at this bread. You got mold on it. Guess not. All right. I got where I left off. Whatever. But All right, so basically what it comes down to is got to build this machine. I got to build this. So basically, I got to replace the motors. So I'll show you. I got to replace the control box, which it will more than likely actually go. I'm thinking I'm either going to build something over here, but I got to replace these motors. That motor, that motor. Oh, see, that motor, that motor, that motor, that motor. So this is my Z-axis motor. This is my X-axis motor. This is my Y1 and my Y2 motors. Okay, they're called stepper motors. They're NEMA 23s. And then I got to replace my, what they call a limit switch and other limit switch. And then, ooh, I just realized this other limit switch. I think I actually ordered 3, if I'm correct. Actually, let me go check. Let me check, guys. Let me check. So, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I ordered 3. Okay, good. But yeah, I got to replace all those motors. I got to install this. I also have what they call a 4-axis. Yeah, it'll go down here, and basically it spins. Like, so if I were to put a piece of wood, like a rod, let's say I put a spindle in there, I can make a baseball bat out of it, whatever. So yeah. So what I want to do is I got to get my weight machine in here and all this stuff. So we've already talked about all this pretty much in the last couple of videos, and so just guys, if you have gotten this far, give me some insight of where I should take this channel. Would y'all like to see me do like daily stuff where I'm building the tables? Just vlogs, crazy stuff. Look at that crazy hair. Another thing I'm so tired. Another thing I got to do is this machine. This machine is a bad boy. Very, very bad boy. It's very, very amazing. So basically, I guess that cable runs up there, plugs in. Did he not run that? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so we got this. We got it built. Got everything figured out. So what that does is you put a milling block down there and it mills it all out. So yeah, we got that. That's one thing I really want to get into in the long run. But yeah, I gotta do TikTok tomorrow. But when I talk about alpha blasters, here's all my guns. So I have a lot more at my storage unit. I mean, a lot more, and we'll go through that and do what we gotta do. I kept like 2 of everything I could. So that's Terror Scout. That's called a Terror Scout. It's like a battle drone. But these are like 2 of every gun I own. That one right there, I don't know where my other one went. It's over there on the ground. That's where it is. Looks like my son has been going and venturing in my stuff. So, but guys, I really want to get very thorough with stuff. I really want to record it every day. I really want to do some fun stuff. I want to take these right here. We're gonna 3D, not 3D, sorry. We're gonna paint this tomorrow. We might paint this at some point. Which we might paint it anyways. I don't know. Well, I want to scan these in. So I have one right there. I'm gonna scan it in, and I'm gonna scan in each part, and I'm gonna make 3D prints of it. You see back there, I have a welder. So there's another thing I need to learn. So let's go over the things I need to learn. Plasma cutter, milling machine, welder, laser engraver, wood table, hydro dipping, 3D printers. Yeah, I have quite a bit to learn. The good thing about this, that, they all run off software. So you learn the software, you learn how they work with the software, like the different, the only thing I learned from there is really like what bit to put in them, like how to do everything. But yeah, so those are the good things. Is Fusion 360 is, which is something I'm going to learn, and then Lightburn. Fusion 360 runs that, and even 3D printers. This runs off Lightburn. So that's something that definitely needs to be learned. The welding, that's just something I'll have to teach myself, obviously. But yeah. So, like I said, I'm just trying to kill time. And I don't have any energy. That's just the worst thing about it is. Oh, another thing I have to learn is these right here. 40-ounce tumblers. You see that? Like, see right here? It's kicking my butt. It's really, really hard for me to figure out, and I don't know why, but I cannot figure it out. So, I will figure it out soon enough, and we'll go from there. Yeah, another thing I want to learn or get into is 3D printing and then painting, like custom painting things. And because I think that'd be a blast, honestly. So I don't know. There's just so much to do, so much to get into, so much to learn. But yeah. Oh my God. So I gotta come up with like another. I take that back. I did 23 minutes, 30 minutes, so I should only have to do like another 10 minutes. I think it was 23 minutes in my first video on here. Another thing I do is these right here, guys. These are really amazing. They are wireless mics. We'll start doing videos on here with the 360, so you can watch virtual reality goggles and feel like you're actually in my shit. Then you got the GoPro. So we got the GoPro. I still got to test on this. I tried to do it last time, but my SD card was full. That's why I had to wait on this thing, and I recorded earlier on that thing. And so yeah, there's so many different things I got to do. But you're going to see more videos. Like I said earlier, I'm going to try to shoot for at least an hour of recording a day. And then at the end of the week, so Monday through Friday, I'll record. Saturday, I'll edit. Sunday, I'll post on everything. Or Sunday, I'll have it ready to post for every day. I have an editor named Jerome. He's one of the most amazing humans I've ever met in my life. He will help me with all this. I do have another channel that I might be posting soon. It's going to be with a friend of mine named Michelle. She wants to do YouTube, and I thought maybe me and her could do a YouTube channel together. So I may take one of my ideas for one of my channels and put it into perspective with her. Let her help me grow it. That way it's not just me trying to do the whole thing all by myself. Yeah. So yeah, I got to come up with a priority list. Another thing I'm going to do is get into Etsy, trying to figure out Etsy. There's just so much. So sorry, it's just me rambling today. I know there's not a lot about this that you guys probably even care about. But yeah, it's basically what it is. I just had something land on my neck. It was like a little moth. I think he's dead now because I did not mean to crush him, but I think I did. So with that being said, guys, I love you. I appreciate everything. I'm going to go check and see if I hit an hour on this videos. And we'll go from there. So guys, I'll see you on the next one.